And let us all agree, one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body.
All right, in today's Spotlight, President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris sharing the stage along with their spouses in their first joint appearance of the 2024 campaign season. The campaign rally focusing on reproductive rights and highlighting how the Biden campaign plans to make abortion access the main message ahead of a likely rematch with former President Donald Trump. I want to bring back our panel here. Mike Muse, John Katko, Alencia Johnson, and joining us is our ABC News senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang, who was in that room. And he was interrupted multiple times before he could even start speaking by protesters. But Selena, the Biden administration, again, making abortion rights one of their top priorities in this re-election campaign. Is that going to be enough to change the president's low approval ratings?
Well, they're banking on it, as you say, while he's struggling with these low approval ratings, as well as voters' frustration over inflation. They see this as a galvanizing issue because over and over again, we've seen in red and blue states that voters have chosen to enshrine abortion rights. And so they believe that this can cut across party lines and unite not just Democrats, but also some Republicans and independents. But as you say, this was pretty unprecedented, the number of interruptions that the president faced. At least a dozen times throughout his speech, protesters would stand up and start chanting, including Genocide Joe, or you're killing babies, or you're not standing up for women. This is because of the president's handling of the war in Israel and with Israel and Hamas. And that was really overshadowing a lot of the president's message as he tried to remain fired up and present and in the moment. Every few minutes, this was happening. And that underscores, Kana, another thing that is dividing the Democratic Party is the president's staunch support of Israel. We're seeing progressives and young voters angry over that.
Right, but again, he started off his campaign addressing purely just this abortion issue. But John, when we talk about Republicans here, it seems like every time that abortion has been on the ballot since Roe v. Wade was overturned, that the supporters of abortion access ultimately are successful. So is this a losing argument right now for the GOP? I mean, Biden pointed at Trump directly in his speech today.
Yeah, there's no question it's not a good issue for the Republicans. And it's a great issue for the Democrats. But the thing that Biden should be concerned about is it's been a great issue since last year or before then, and Biden is still in the toilet poll-wise. So I'm not sure how much is going to move the needle for him. It's still going to have to be down to economics and other issues, including the Palestine issue. So this is the issue we should be pushing. Not sure it's going to help him.
Yeah, so Alencia, let's take that to you. I mean, do you think that this becomes a deciding issue in 2024? Because it doesn't poll as high as some issues like the economy and immigration for voters.
Look, that's what people were saying in 2022 going into the midterms, literally after Roe was overturned. And yet it was a top issue for a lot of voters. Mm-hmm. Abortion is an economic issue for a lot of folks. And yes, there are a lot of people going into the polls thinking about what's happening in Palestine. That is a top issue for a lot of young progressive voters, and this issue as well. And so we've got almost a year for people to grapple with that. But one thing I know, and having worked on 4 presidential campaigns, the national campaigns, is that these conversations, these direct events with voters and working in coalition with the people who are advocating for those rights, it eventually moves the needle and allows for independents and moderates and voters who haven't been engaged to start being engaged as well. And I do believe it will be what will get Democrats over the line at the end of this year.
And we know that Democrats are making a big push here for suburban women. Kamala Harris spent yesterday on the ground trying to speak with suburban women. And also during his speech today, Mike, President Biden said that Trump doesn't have a clue about the power of women in the world.
This is very true. Women do have an incredible voice in the world. In particular, women have a very strong voice in the Democratic Party. But Kane, if I may, I would like to put the conversation between Alencia and Katko together. Alencia is right. We're a year out, so a lot can happen in a year. But John is also right in the fact of what is top of mind right now is the economy. Although all indicators are pointing to that we are in a strong economy, inflation is coming down, you're looking at high-ticket items like electronics, homes and cars are falling, but the prices of everyday groceries are still staying stagnant. You also, too, look at what's happening in the Middle East. Young people are very bothered by that. But, Kana, look at the staging. If you look at everyone behind President Biden today, you saw a multicultural, younger demographic behind them, while people were protesting in the audience. That right there, they're at odds with their base.
That's a really good point and good perspective. I mean, yeah, he could hardly get his campaign kicked off without being interrupted about people concerned over what's happening in the Middle East. Mike, John, Alencia, and Selena, our thanks to all of you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.